Now is the time for my favorite video of the year, the best pop songs list. I know this won't get as many views as the worst list, but it has to exist. I review these songs because I love pop music. Just like how there are always bad hit songs, there will always be good hit songs as well. And 2014 was no exception. The main thing I took away from this year is that while both are of roughly the same quality, 2014 had higher highs and lower lows, while 2013 was more consistent. Then again, I've heard other critics say the exact opposite statement, so what do I know? Anyway, let's get started with the countdown. Around 2012, the trade routes for pop music blew wide open, and the American charts have seen pop songs from all over the world. These songs are often strange, and the artists almost never get a second hit, but that doesn't mean that they can't be great. Habits is an extremely well-written piece that paints a very vivid picture with very few words. The story of a girl whose life is spiraling out of control is told with impeccable talent. I feel like I know the narrator as well as if she were the main character in a show or a movie in less than 4 minutes. And that isn't just because of the lyrics. Like I said before, Tove Lo is a great actress. The production is pretty good and is a big part of why I like Habits so much, but the real star is the lyrical content. This song tells a story, and like many other stories, there are a lot of ways to interpret it. Maybe her lifelong love died. Maybe she is just so inexperienced in life so that she was shattered mentally by a simple breakup. Maybe she's just a drug addict and is using her ex as an excuse to tell herself. What I'm saying is that this pop song brings something extra. It definitely deserves a spot on this list. Now I am about to do something that I never thought I would do. I jumped so high, I touched the clouds. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. And there is no way I could have realistically put one higher on the list than the other because A, I like both songs equally, and B, I like them both for very similar reasons. I guess I could find a way to justify saying that one is better, but I don't want to. The best part of both of them is how they sound. They're both a wonderful mix of traditional folk and modern indie rock. Best Day of My Life and Come With Me Now are both tons of fun, with awesome licks from the banjo and accordion respectively. There are some differences between them. Best Day of My Life is very relatable, it's down to earth and connects to the listener easily. Come With Me Now is more mysterious, having more conceptual lyrics that are harder to catch. Best Day of My Life is more consistent, whereas Come With Me Now is more made up of moments. There are advantages and disadvantages to both of them, but when all is said and done, they're both great indie rock songs, and I don't need to choose which one is better. I've said before that country music has been in a sad state as of recently. But also, according to what else I said on that video, you already know what's about to happen.
Stand on the box, stomp your feet, start clapping, got a real good feeling, something bad about to happen.
I have no idea why this didn't happen sooner. Lambert made the best country song from last year, and Underwood made the best country song from the year before, so it's only fitting that they collaborate to make the best country song of this year. While their voices do sound similar, their deliveries contrast wonderfully. Carrie Underwood has a higher range and uses that to her advantage. Miranda is more about acting and forming characters with her singing, and they blend very well on this song. Not to mention that the production is awesome, with great drums, great guitar, and an absolutely exquisite use of cowbell. The idea to make the music video a trailer is genius, because that's exactly what it feels like. This song sounds like it is at the beginning of something epic. I really hope that they collaborate to make an album where they tell us what happened next. This just barely made the year-end list, but I'm happy that it did. Something Bad was truly something good. While it is true that foreign acts usually don't get more than one hit in America, The British acts are kind of an exception. A certain artist had a huge smash in 2012, and we had to wait until 2014 to get a new one. But I think it was definitely worth the wait.
Yeah, we got the fire, 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 and we're gonna let it burn, 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 burn. We're gonna let it burn, 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 burn.
Burn makes sense as a follow-up hit to Lights. They're both very atmospheric songs. Songs where what is not being said does most of the talking. And while neither of them is her best song, that would be Anything Could Happen, and I'm still mad that that did not become a hit over here, they're great. I like how Burn fuses pop and EDM, which she has proven many times to be a genre that she works very well in. This is a very simple kind of beat, a 4 or 5 second loop that never once stops throughout the entire song, but is used perfectly. It's put right up front and complements the reserved performance from Golding very nicely. Burn has the second best drop of the year, we'll get to the best later, and has the second best crescendo of the year, and the best we'll also get to later. Fire is the most overused theme in all of music, but Burn is right up there with the best of them. I hope that we see more from Ellie in the future. You're going to hate this.
Cause the players gonna play, 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 and the haters gonna hate, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake.
Looking back, the things that people said about Red in 2012 seem silly. That was not the total departure from country music. Red was just the transitional period. If Shake It Off was the first song you've ever heard from her, it would never occur to you that Taylor Swift had ever been considered a country singer. But I welcome this change. I can understand why people are annoyed by it or why they just got sick of it, but I absolutely disagree with you. This is Taylor Swift's best song yet. The best part is...
This sick beat.
Sorry, that just makes me laugh every time. Anyway, yes, the beat is phenomenal. The producers are Max Martin and Shellback, who are both excellent, and Shake It Off has the best beat that either one of them have ever made. I'm glad that the saxophone is getting the attention it deserves. The music video was the perfect choice. It doesn't show Taylor showing people up or flying solo, it shows her having fun in a group. It is an inclusive anthem of just staying positive. I know that plenty of people hate this song, but if you're annoyed that I put it on the list, I recommend that you just shake it off. As you have likely gleaned by now, I love EDM. I said that Clarity was the best song of 2013, and it's great how Zed's follow-up single was just as good. This is what I think Stay With Me was trying to be. Like Stay With Me, it's very simple, but I think the big difference is what they're asking for. Stay the Night throws out all the vagueness about just staying and I want you, and just asks for one more night. She knows that it won't last long, and she doesn't expect it to. But this is an EDM song, so the star of the show is the beat, and what a beat this one is. The song has the best drop of the year. That one instant of quiet before the track just explodes might be the best moment of the song. The beat is a lot different than the one in Clarity. In that song, the chanting and the drums sort of blend in with the synth, while here, the synth is right out front. While not quite as good as Clarity, it definitely works in its own unique way. However, it still isn't the best electronic track of the year. Okay, once again, I understand if you got sick of this.
Let the storm rage on. Cold never bothered me anyway.
Happy was listed by Billboard as the biggest hit of the year, but I really think that when it comes to the internet, Let It Go comes out on top. This might be the single most covered song in the past decade. There have been covers, remixes, and mashups everywhere. Heck, I made one. But I really think that a sign of a fantastic song is that there is not a single version of it that is better than the original. And that is definitely true for Let It Go. The lyrics, singing, and instrumentation come together in a way that none of the other versions could match. There are plenty of other reasons why this is so high on the list, but the main one is this. Even after all this time, even after hearing this song hundreds of times in hundreds of different ways, even after watching a large section of the population grow to loathe this song, I am still not in the slightest sick of Let It Go. I think that says a lot. It has been years since a song from a musical has gotten this popular, but this one was the perfect song for the job. Like I said before, this summer was a boring one for pop music. Most of the songs that had staying power in the top 10 were ones that either I didn't like or didn't care about. That is, except for one. The oddest thing about Chandelier is that I didn't love it the first time I heard it. Actually, you could say that about all the top 4 now that I think about it. When I first heard Chandelier, the sheer force of the song was a bit of a turnoff, but it didn't take long for it to become my favorite hit of the summer. This is the best written song of the entire year. Every lyric is on point. Alcoholism, self-abuse, depression, and more are brought into sharp focus. It makes a lot of sense how the most common lyric is, "I'm just holding on for tonight." The chorus is incredible. It is loud, it is heavy, and it is powerful. The first note that Sia sings in the chorus is one of my favorite musical moments ever. This is one of the smartest, most articulate, and most effective pop songs of the year. I hope that we see more stuff this good from Sia in the future. It really sucks how the second single from this album was exponentially better than the first one, and yet it didn't get half of the airplay. This is the song that warranted overplay. Hey Brother has the best crescendo of the year, an important aspect of any dance track. While not as instantly catchy as Wake Me Up, the crescendo is better, the singing is better, and the lyrics are better. Wake Me Up was a good song to begin with, but Hey Brother had none of the flaws that Wake Me Up had. The transition from trumpets to synth is incredible, which brings me to the drop. It is sweeping, it is bold, and it is very smooth. This is one of the songs where I just sit back and let it wash over me. Hey Brother is the best EDM song of 2014. It seems that there are plenty of DJs out there that have learned the art of EDM, but very few that have mastered it. With this song, Avicii proves once and for all that he has truly mastered it. The only question left is which song is better. I'll tell you that in a minute, but first off, here are some honorable mentions. I'm actually kinda surprised that this didn't make the list. I still love it the same as I did when I first heard it, but when you consider how much pop singers stepped it up this year, it just didn't make the cut. Sad thing, really. This was really weird, but I think it's weird in a good way. I don't think I've ever heard anything like this. This is the closest thing to a horror song that the charts have given us this year, and it is rather effective in that regard. By the way, Martin Garrix was only 17 when he made this. Good for you, dude. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? I still think that Pompeii was very well executed. I still like how it sounds, and I still like the lyrics. It just wasn't as much fun as Best Day of My Life or Come With Me Now were. Sorry. A Sky Full of Stars was a very clever dance track. The beat has many small bursts of energy surrounded by negative space. Sound familiar? It's not as sweeping as Paradise or as emotional as Fix You, but I still think it was pretty good. All of the other online critics have sung their praises for Don't, but I like Sing a lot more. It just has a lot more energy and fun to it. When I first heard it, I had a hard time believing it was Ed Sheeran. I'm in the minority here, but I don't care. Sing is awesome. Alright, time for number 1. This might seem like a strange choice for number 1, but for me, there could have been no other.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
It's a little odd how, while my pick for the best hit of last year, Clarity, got strength from its complexity, Say Something gets strength from its simplicity. If Stay With Me and All of Me are examples of simplicity done wrong, Say Something is the perfect example of simplicity done right. The raw passion and emotion of this song is astounding. 4 chords, a violin, and 2 singers made something transcendent. This is a truly beautiful song. It has nothing to hide and it holds nothing back. Christina Aguilera and the lead singer from A Great Big World work together very well, with Aguilera giving the best performance of her entire career. This is one of the best ballads I have ever heard, right up there with Human and Set the Fire to the Third Bar. Barring songs from movies, this is the closest that a song has ever gotten to making me cry. Where Wiggle did everything wrong, Say Something did everything right. It is the best pop song of the year. I'll see you guys later.